Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to Cartoon Karting. This week, the name of the game is not racing in straight lines. This week, the name of the game is Sideways, as we will be drift racing with a whole new set of rules, which I'll be making up on the spot, kind of like the Chaos system, which we were just talking about behind the scenes. So fond of the memories. Please take a moment to check out all of the links that are currently being spammed at you in chat, including merch, our Discord, Twitter, YouTube, all of those wonderful things, places you can support us, Patreon, and more merch. Also, we have our sponsors, Mage Hand Press and Bird and the Storm Publishing. Please check those out as well. You can get a 15% discount at the Mage Hand Press store using our special code, MHPScrap. We also have some other websites where you can get 10 to 15% discount. You can find those codes below the screen on the panels. And please retweet the tweet because that really helps support the stream. Let's go around and say hello to everyone, starting with our regular cast member. Oh, hi, Justin.
Oh, hi. I'm Justin. I'm the community manager for Mage Hand Press. Make stuff for 5e, and Scrap plays it on the channel, and it's super cool. We just came out with Taverns and Tankards, the full book, if you've seen it on Writers. There's now monsters, magic items, and more. And then we've finally released our and on Drive-Thru RPG, the Complete Craftsman, where you can play anything from someone who makes a really sharp sword to someone running around in a mecha suit.
Thank you so much, Justin. Next, we come around to actual human Sageophilia. Oh, hi.
Oh, hello. I am an actual human, Sageophilia. You may find me on my human Twitter account, Sageophilia. And today I will be playing Lady Human Fingers. As you can see, I have human fingers and human flesh upon my face and neck.
Next around, we welcome Zabrija Emma. Oh, hi, Emma.
Hey, I'm Emma. That's pretty much it.
Well, we are so happy to have you. Can't be here today is Kylie, Stonefly Kai. Go and check them out as well. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it tonight. There was something to do with a jungle gym. I won't give any more details. That'll do. Yeah. So there are their links as well. Go and check them out too. So today we are drift racing. We'll go through the rules when we actually get there. But to begin with, there are a number of new contestants lining up at the I guess starting grid or in the pits. This week there is no Chuggabug, there are no Beer Brothers, there is no Femme Fatale Fiona. Unfortunately, last week's episode either killed or drowned or broke their spirits and they no longer want to race. This week we have a whole bunch of new racers, including the muscle-bound Russian pink-haired racer Faria, completely original. And many others. Why don't we visit you guys with your cars and see if there's anyone around the track that you would like to speak to? Oh, hi.
So, Glass rolls up in a giant stone car and steps out. Clearly not glass or breakable like glass at all. He's a giant stone golem wearing sunglasses, and he'll make his way to the totally human Lady Human Fingers.
I see you are also wearing sunglasses. Are you also human?
No, I am Golem.
A golem? That is a strange programming language. I have not heard of that. Python, yes, but not golem.
I am living stone.
Metal is also a stone.
In ways, yes.
Johnny.
Do you have a heart?
No.
At this point, Johnny Slush will roll up in his Prius, and we'll hop out and be like, "Did I hear y'all talking about humans?"
Yes, and their hearts. The heart delivers blood to body parts.
He goes, ain't that just the way? And he pulls out a book and Kakashi style starts reading it right in front of you.
Is that a book about human anatomy?
Not that much Kakashi style. No. And he looks embarrassed and puts it behind his back a little bit.
How many pages can you read per minute?
He's just sort of like the flip book speed.
Half.
He's just sort of thumbing.
That is quite fast. Do rocks read with their rock eyes as fast as humans read with their human eyes?
I cannot speak for all rock, but I read it half a page.
Johnny looks
Fascinating.
down over he's got regular glasses on. You can see his eyes, and he goes, "That's respectable."
Would you like to see my car? It is here. As you can see, it has a door and a chimney like a normal car. It is made of regular materials such as crystals and rocks and bricks.
That looks real nice. Can't wait to race against it.
It is quite good. It has rubber in its tires.
What kind of MPG you getting on that thing?
I am not sure. I have not asked it. I have not read it.
Yeah, Johnny's gonna point at his Prius and just be like, "You should get yourself one of these."
It seems very small.
So am I.
When you are large as I am, and I slowly point to the stone Hummer that I came out of, you get about 1 mile per gallon.
There's a big oof and a rustling of pages.
I saw once a TV told me about the Flintstones, and when they make their car go, they run very fast. Is that how your car goes?
No. I use dead dinosaurs to fuel mine.
Fascinating. Do you also use dead dinosaurs?
Oh yeah, who doesn't?
I have heard that some vehicles run with only lightning, electricity.
Oh, I mean, mine does that some of the time, but I gotta get the dinosaurs in there.
Across, you can see you can see distance a speed raptor sitting across the way in their their racer, and they're just sort of like eyeing you, talking about dead dinosaurs.
The book comes up. Sorry, partner. My bad.
Do you think one day we will make him into our car's food?
Man, if we're still driving cars by then, we won't be around.
Oh, yes, of course. We shall die. Our human bodies will rot, as is nature. Right?
Yeah, or
As
something.
you both die, I will persist. I will persist for generations as I have before.
Does your body not get affected by wind and water from the sky?
It would, if I allowed it.
Ah, you do not go outside. I have read about nerds. Yes?
No, I simply live underground.
You are a mole rock.
This sounds accurate.
Should we talk to the dinosaur?
I don't think he likes me.
How can he drive? You would think with the hands that are not human, you would not be able to drive correctly.
Well, that's kind of rude to our friend here. What'd you say your name was?
Glass.
Nice to meet you. I'm Johnny Slush. I don't know anything.
That's okay. There are many who know nothing.
That's why I read. Ow, 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 partner. Ow, a little tight there. Oh,
Sorry.
it's
You are
okay.
so squishy.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
We see Johnny Nakamura drift up alongside you in their Toyota MR2. Not the nicest car, but they seem very confident as they lean out and just give you all a thumbs up. Good luck racing today.
You as well.
Yeah, thanks. You too.
Do you have information on this track that may be beneficial for our driving today?
Boy, do I. Well, we'll be starting off with a 3, then we go straight into a 2, a easy 1, then we've got a hard 5 coming up, a real hard 5, okay? Then after the 5, there's a 1, 2, another 2. Those ones go and take us east again, and then we've got a 1, 3, and that takes us back around to the finish line. We start all over.
Could you repeat that using only zeros and ones, please? It is easier for me to comprehend.
Yeah, I reckon. We've got a 1, 1 blank, a 1, 0 blank, a 0, 1 blank,
Please,
1, 0, 0, 1.
Please. This is strange.
Yeah, my brain hurts a little bit from this.
The 1, 0 one's the hard one.
It is simply a language I studied in England when I went there for my human university degree. It is the English,
Sounds
the
fancy.
other English, the
Yeah, I
original
gotcha.
English.
Binary? English? I didn't know that.
I know nothing of this, but I was having a hard enough time following when he was using numbers in between words.
Now, listen, you want to watch out today for the Velociraptor, okay? He may look like he's on his own, but he's always working together with his pack, okay? So you've got the Distance Raptor and the Time Raptor as well, okay? And if the Distance Raptor ever gets on top of the Time Raptor, you're in trouble.
Is that when you have a Velociraptor?
No, that's the Velociraptor right now.
Oh, I get it.
You seem quite knowledgeable. Do you know if the Velociraptor burns his parents to make his car go faster?
Boy, this is getting touchy, huh?
No, he runs.
Wait, you could just run?
Well, no, you gotta have wheels.
He is a
Alright.
Flintstone.
They got little running tracks in there. They generate energy. It's all electric powered. It's real clever.
I see. All right.
I
Oh,
suppose
that's nifty.
if most cars run off of dead dinos, it could possibly be quite efficient for one to run off of a live dino.
Yeah, that seems to make a little more sense, doesn't it?
I think the fire helps. So maybe if it was a live dinosaur on fire, it would be the maximum energy output.
But then the fire would make the live dinosaur a dead dinosaur.
I wouldn't think too hard about it. So, anyone know how to drive? I just kind of read a book about it once. I got here okay, so that's great. That's about it, though.
Did you drift on the way here?
If that's what you want to call it, sure. Sure I did.
I was driving when people were still wielding swords in battle and wearing metal for defense. I've been racing as long as I can remember.
Oof. I am clearly outmatched, but we'll see how I do. I'm not much of a quitter.
I never said I was fast.
Well,
Have you won yet?
Today ain't being about being fast, it's about being stylish. You know, the judges are going to be styling on a point system. Essentially, you got your difficulty of your corners, and you can add that to how close you go to the other racers. Makes your difficulty, and if you chain it together, you can build up multipliers.
Oh, I used to play video games like this before I found out what books were.
What if we keep going straight instead of turning?
Well, then you won't get... You see, they're only going to score you if you end up going sideways. If you drive straight, you ain't going to get no points.
What if it's a rather stylish entry through buildings in the where there would have been a turn?
I'm not sure how the judges will score that. You just want to go straight through the buildings?
Hypothetical.
Well, I'm a little creeped out now, so I'm gonna get back in my car. Zoom's crashed on us. Zoom's back. Sorry about that, everyone. Hopefully that'll be the last time Zoom does that. I thought I fixed it yesterday when I essentially deleted my entire C drive and restarted, but it would seem the problem is, in fact, a Zoom problem and not a me problem. So we will clear that up. Anyway, I'm feeling real creeped out right now, so I'm gonna go head over to the racetrack and I'll see you in a minute. You got a creature on you there. It's trying to
It
peel
says
your...
my normal animal friend. I take it everywhere,
It's
like
trying
a
to,
human.
It's trying to peel your flesh off, I think. Is that...
Oh, it is fine. It is simply playing with my fancy hat. You see, I am a lady.
You mentioned.
May
Yes.
I pet it?
Of course.
Oh, so cute. Sorry.
See how its fur is attached to its body as a normal animal's fur is?
That
And
Wow.
that hum, it is called purring. It is not mechanical in any way.
You know, I believed it was flesh and bone until you implied that it was. And now I question everything.
But I am only honest.
Of course.
You all can see, what did I call him? Nakamura.
Yeah, you called him Johnny Nakamura.
No, I didn't call him Johnny, did I? Not like you. No, let's change that immediately. Retcon.
I was like, another Johnny with the southern accent? Boy, howdy.
Yeah,
I'm in
no, we're gonna go with, I went into Southern because I panicked trying to do Japanese.
That's fine.
We'll call him...
Stevie?
I was gonna go for Lutzi, actually. But, like, spell L-U-T-Z-I. Lutzi, yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, Lutzi Nakamura. And you can see Lutzi and the Velociraptor over at the start line.
You called him a speed raptor earlier.
I retcon
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh,
Hi.
fair enough.
How are we going to do donations today? That's a good question. Auto successes will count as a difficulty 4 auto success. So anytime you use an auto success, it will reduce the difficulty rating by 4. If that happens to make it an auto success, it'll be an auto success. Advantages mean you can roll twice to take the highest. Disadvantages means you roll twice to take the lowest. I will have a random table up as well for random things. To explain the rules, it's exactly how Lutze said it. What we're going to do is generate a difficulty level by adding the corner difficulty to how close you want to race to someone else. So, for example, you can have a corner up to difficulty 5, and if you go up to difficulty 5, you are probably less than a millimeter from touching another person. However, if you decide to give them plenty of room, you can not add any difficulty at all.
What if we hit them?
If you hit them, then both parties lose their drift, which means they lose their chain. Chaining, you can the first drift challenge rating plus the second drift challenge rating will be how you chain. And if you manage to chain successfully, you increase your multiplier. The amount of times you chain increase your multiplier. So if you had a two challenge 1 drifts, you could add them together to make challenge 2, and if you chain them successfully, times it by 2 to give yourself 4. Every level will give you 10 XP. I'll do all the math, don't you worry about it, but that's essentially how you do it. Beating challenge ratings will use Cypher System Classic rules, so it's essentially the challenge rating times by 3 is the amount that you need to roll on a dice to succeed. So as soon as you start entering 7, it becomes impossible. You can go all the way up to 10, and then you need to start using assets or special skills to reduce the difficulty, or you can apply effort. You can apply as much effort as you like at any time. The first level costs you 3 points from one of your pools. Every level after that costs you 2 points, and if you have an edge, that will reduce the cost by 1 point for the first level. That's the quick rules. Don't worry, you don't need to remember any of that. I'll remind you as we go. Why don't you join us on the start line?
All right, Johnny hops in. Starts his way to the start line, and puts his book down on the seat next to him and buckles it in.
I shall drive my fully operational vehicle to the start line.
Lass will roll up to the start.
Can I have a bit more detailed description about your cars? We've gestured to chimneys and stuff, but I'd love to hear exactly how they look. I mean, Prius is pretty self-explanatory. I've got
It's like 2007 silver,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very proud. Very proud.
I don't even know if they were out by then. It's fine. This is fine. I'm prepared for this.
It's wonderful. How about Lady Human Finger's car? How does that look?
My car is well constructed with a door, as cars must have. It is made of crystals along the sides, like racing stripes. It has some stone cobbling on the top of it, almost as though it has a roof, but it has a skylight, as a car does. It also has an engine inside of it, which runs like human cars do. In my passenger seat, which is covered by the flesh of a cow, there is a pink flamingo, because all humans take their prized pink flamingos everywhere they go. It is a sedan.
Wonderful. And the stonework Hummer?
So, Glass drives what would appear to be an H2 made of finely worked gray stone. The muffler seems to be oversized as to compensate for the weight, and produces a number of fumes out the back.
Yuck.
Of course, Lutze's Toyota MR2 is red, as is custom, and they have zebra fur seats. Not real fur, the faux fur zebra stripes. And yeah, the Velociraptor, I can't remember what car I said they drive. It's kind of more of a construct. You can see them sitting in a harness, which seems to be how they steer by looking around. And they're on treadmills. It's essentially a full gym on wheels. So, why don't we roll initiative to see how we get away as the lights go red, amber, green. Everyone roll me initiative, which is essentially a flat d20.
Should I click the roll 1 d20 or is the initiative skill in the... Okay.
The initiative skill is there.
This one?
There it is.
Uh-oh. I don't think I did it. It says click to roll, and it didn't do it.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Should be the little bad representation of a d20 on the left.
Yeah, maybe it's because I popped my character sheet out.
That should still work.
Well.
Unless there's a
It gave me 2 pop-ups for it.
Yeah, you have to clear the pop-ups. They'll be on the original Roll20.
Whoops. Okay, I'll go. It might just do a bunch of them. Oh, I see. So this is difficulty none or unknown.
None are unknown.
Okay, got it. Okay. Did it show up for you guys?
Yep, it 100% showed up. We got it.
Yay! Okay, cool.
So, out of the gates first is Lutse Nakamura, deciding that they are going to go and show everyone how it's done. They're going to throw themselves into a drift. This is a level 3 corner, and they happen to be a higher than level 3 NPC, which makes this easier for me, as they start drifting around the corner. The next highest roll is Lady Human Fingers. Lady Human Fingers in second place.
I do not know how to work this. Do I make a speed roll?
What would you like to do? How close would you like to get to them?
This is not the Velociraptor, is it?
No. This is Lutse Nakamura.
Quite close. He was very helpful.
Wonderful. So you can go to nearly touching, which is 5, making this a very difficult drift. Or you can go to a little less close, or you can give them plenty of space. This is going to be a difficulty-free corner, so if you go a little bit close, you can up it to difficulty 4. You go very close, you can take it all the way up to difficulty 8.
Difficulty 4, please.
Difficulty 4, so you're just sort of like, just right, maybe nose to tail. So since it's difficulty 4, you can make a speed roll to drift with skill, you can make a might roll to force your way around, or intellect to do something else.
I shall use my human brain to calculate the velocity and the distance between us so that I may get as close as I can without posing any danger to the person ahead of me.
Okay.
Human brains are capable of doing this quite quickly.
That is a nat 20. Beating difficulty 6, which means you also get a major effect. Do you have a major effect suggestion on your character sheet?
I do. It is... I will put it in chat. My completely normal fur-covered animal makes an immediate extra action that I choose.
What would you like it to do?
I would like her to... I don't know what she can do, actually. She is a strange animal to me. I did not build her, I found her living.
She could dive in another person's car?
That sounds very safe. I think that she should dive into the car of my good friend that I noticed only has a book and no pink flamingo in their car. The human.
Yep, coming in hot. Got it.
Can you just make a speed roll for me for your cat robot or Rocat to dive into Johnny Schloss's car?
What's the difficulty?
Leave it as 0. We'll see. We'll scale it. Oh yeah, difficulty 4. That can just about claw onto the window and climb in. How is Johnny going to react to this?
Ah! What? It was cute before. What is it doing to my car? Oh god! And because it's a cat, it's gonna get to be exactly where I don't want it to be, and it will come sit in my lap and stare in my eyeballs. It's so cute, I can't look away.
It is your turn next, Johnny Slush. Unfortunately, this is going to make your drift one step harder.
Oh yeah.
Has Roll20 zoom frozen again, or is that me? That's okay. No, it's me. So it's going to make you. This is already a difficulty 4 corner. You can see Lady Human Fingers ahead, drifting very nicely. How close would you like to get? It's already difficulty 4, so that you need to roll a 12 or higher on a d20.
I think that since Johnny Slush has a cat in his face, he's not really trying, so he's just gonna do the 4 because he's got a cat in his face. So,
Just gonna do the 4.
Yeah.
And what would you like to do that with? Speed, strength, or intelligence?
I would say intellect. He's trying to keep his wits about him, so it'd be more of like a pay attention roll, if that's cool.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm gonna go, and I put it on the 4 on here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
That's a success. A 15 beats difficulty 5. So you can drift on your own away from everyone else around this corner. Let's. I forgot to do the maths. I should do that. Cool. How does this look? How does it look from the outside? I mean, because you're doing it great, despite having a cat on your lap.
So Johnny was at the start line accidentally revving because he just forgot to put the car in gear. And then he remembered and, tore out of the start line a little behind the first 2 people. And as he sort of was starting to gain and being like, okay, he's like talking himself through. He's like, okay, you just got to press the pedal. This is just, it's an automatic car. It shouldn't be difficult. Johnny, come on, focus. Come on, Johnny, focus. And he's just being like, yeah, I got the hang of this. And he's turning to look behind at the competition, which is when a cat flies in the window. And he gets distracted because he loves animals. Doesn't spend a lot of time around them. Hasn't spent a lot of time around most living things, just books. And it'll get in his face until he gives it little scritchies, and it will start to he'll settle the cat down. So he finds a way to pet it with his elbows while he's driving. So the car kind of wiggles a little and then straightens out into a drift. Oh, you're so cute. You can stay with me.
So after Johnny takes this corner, we have the Velociraptors. The Velociraptors, they're going to pull away, and they're going to drift quite close to you, Johnny. In fact, very close to you, as it seems they're going for a difficulty 6 turn. And they're not a difficulty 6 character. So they get a little too close, and they're just going to clip your back a little bit. Could you please make me a difficulty 6 defense roll to try and maintain your drift?
Okay, where do I find that?
So a defense roll is rolled just like any other normal roll. But if you have a skill which gives you training in defense, then you may be able to reduce it down a little bit. Thank you very much, Kentucky Hawkeye, for the 100 bits. Let us know who you would like to get that extra point.
No, I actually... if I have a task to hear or notice dangers around me, they're actually one step harder, so...
Okay. That would make it difficulty 7 and therefore impossible.
Yeah, that's not great, but there it is. I've got the cat, like as like they come in close, the cat like instead of kneading starts to like grip onto my legs, and he goes ow, and he's just gonna get clipped.
I'm going to change this rule already because I don't like it being the difficulty of the person who hits you. I think you could use that too much. So we're just going to make it difficulty 3 and up it to 4 again because of the distraction.
Okay. And so I just roll a flat d20 on this, or I don't think I have the skill that will make it.
You can do a speed roll or might roll or intellect roll.
Oh, okay, got it.
Lady Human Fingers, you get an extra point to put in one of your pools.
I think it's a focus thing again, so. Okay, difficulty 4. Sorry for being slow, folks. I'm learning.
No worries at all.
I fail.
Oh, that only beats difficulty 2, so unfortunately you do start to lose your drift, which will reduce your points.
Fair enough. The cat's so dang cute, I have a hard time being angry about it.
So
that's alright, kitty. I got you.
You will drop score by how much you failed by. Fortunately for you, this is only difficulty 3. We're not going to include the increase, so you only lose 10 points. And you will not be able to chain this drift. Last is Glass. Glass, you see the Velociraptor ahead, sort of like try and drift too close to Johnny. Knocks into Johnny, and Johnny sort of can't quite maintain their drift as well. It's your turn.
Glass will attempt to take this turn through a strength.
Okay, just dragging it round.
Yes.
I love it.
Would proficiency in climbing, jumping, or running be applicable here?
I'm pausing over running. Because drifting's more about control than anything else. I don't think so, not this time.
Fair. What was the difficulty?
The difficulty of the corner is difficulty 3, but you can see the Velociraptors ahead, sort of like just nudging Johnny. If you decide to go close to them, you can increase your points.
I'll go ahead and go close to them.
How close would you like to go? You can increase it all the way up to level 8.
We'll make it a 6.
Making it difficulty 6. So going pretty close.
I'm going to use 3 effort. No, 4.
You have an edge?
2 edge.
Oh, 2 edge. So 4 levels of effort. That would cost you, with 2 edge, 7 points.
Be steeper than I thought. We'll go back to 3.
5 points. So that is a success. You roll to be difficulty 3 against difficulty 6. Your free effort means you just managed to do it as you drift around them with ease. Congratulations.
Success.
So on his own head, you can see as Lutse Nakamura does a simple drift on his own again into the next one, adding the difficulty of the last drift to this drift makes it difficulty 5, and they are able to do it. They can convert that into a beautiful little drift, and they continue. It's now Lady Human Finger's turn. You have a difficulty 2 corner coming up ahead of you, just a slight bend in the road.
That sounds quite easy. This person ahead of me is doing quite well. Is there anything I might do to make myself stand out as being even better? Such as making a resonance field, which is completely normal for a human to do.
What does the resonance field do? Faint lines and color you choose form tracery over your entire body, emitting a faint light. The effects last for 1 minute. Whenever a creature in immediate range makes an attack against you, the pattern energizes to block the attack. You can make intellect defense rolls in place of a defense roll you would normally make to do so. The creature takes 1 point of damage. Essentially, this won't disrupt Lutze, but if anyone tries to knock into you this round, for example, Johnny Slush, even if they don't mean to, you will have advantage on your defense.
Would I make this in place of my speed, intellect, or might roll? Or do I also make that?
You'd also make that.
Very well. A simple speed, I think, roll. You said the difficulty was 2.
Difficulty 2, but wait, are you trying to chain the 2 together?
Yes.
Okay, so it's difficulty 2, added to the difficulty of the last one was difficulty 4, because you were quite close to Johnny. So that'll be difficulty 6. Would you like to go closer to Johnny again? You can push it all the way up to difficulty 11.
I believe you said that was impossible.
More than 6 is impossible, yeah. Unless you have effects that you would like to reduce the difficulty.
I don't believe I have anything that good. Perhaps I will not chain this turn, and I will keep it at difficulty 2.
Okay. Oh.
It is a good thing I did not chain this turn.
You didn't go close to Lutze either, right?
No.
No, so you're just on your own. As you try to drift around, the drift doesn't make it. The car rolls to a stop, and you have to do the embarrassing drift thing of, starting it back up again and driving off. No points this round, I'm afraid.
This is alright, because humans sometimes make errors. It is a very human condition to be flawed.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah. Yikes.
So next we have Johnny Slush. Johnny Slush getting attacked from a front and behind by velociraptors and cats of all kinds. The cat is now aiding you. It is sitting at the window and hissing at the velociraptor.
I love it.
Scratching at the window, so you will not have a disadvantage on this turn. You can try and chain last turn into this turn if you would like. This is a difficulty 2 corner. You can see Lady Human Fingers as they stop ahead of you. If you like, you can drift very close to them to increase the difficulty.
So I can chain even though I didn't do the last one, right?
Oh, yeah, no, I said you couldn't chain, right? So you can't chain. No, you're right.
Yeah. Cool. Then I just roll against a 2.
Or you can get closer to up the difficulty.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. I'll get just a little bit closer. I would say just one more.
One more.
I don't want to make it too hard to chain next time.
Okay, so you're just gonna try and drift around Human Fingers, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get that roll going. Oops. Wish this would stay where I put it. There we go. And what is, just so I know, what's effort? Like, when do I use that or edge?
When you know the difficulty or something, you can reduce the effort by spending points from your pool. If you put 1 effort in, it will cost you 3 points for the first level, and then 2 points for every level of effort you put in afterwards. Edge reduces the cost of effort spent by 1.
Okay, and then the pool is just lowered until I rest, basically.
Until you run out of pool points, yeah. Your pool does also make up your car's HP.
Right. Okay, got it. Cool, I'm gonna not do effort then. See if that was it. Oh! Yikes. Yeah, Johnny's just super distracted by this cat. He just is loving it.
And I think because you were going a little close to Lady Human Fingers, you misjudge it and go far too close and knock into Lady Human Fingers. Lady Human Fingers, since you already failed your drift, this doesn't really have any negative effect on you. There's just a little bit of a pile-up. The Velociraptor's going to try and just drift around the inside of the two of you, and this time it does. And it's going to be... it's not getting close or anything like that, it's just going to drift around the corner nice and simple. Lastly, we have Glass.
Well, as I chain this next corner, can I make an attack against someone with my boulder launcher?
Yes, you can. You can attack anyone you please. You can see Lady Human Fingers and Johnny Slush are currently stopped as they seem to have knocked into each other. Lutse Nakamura is flying ahead, and the Velociraptors have just nipped around inside Johnny and Lady Human Fingers. So,
as my car is incredibly fuel inefficient, I see a need for new dead dinosaurs in the near future. I make an attack against the raptors.
they are a difficulty 4 NPC. What does your skill require?
It's I am proficient in all weapons. So I would imagine that this is a strength roll, as this is a very heavy weapon.
Of course, yeah. A strength roll indeed.
I will use 2 effort.
Effort, of course. So roll of 5 beats difficulty 1 using 2 effort. That is not enough. Just as you get ready to throw the boulder, a time raptor flies out of a portal to your right and knocks into your arm. So your boulder just doesn't quite hit the Velociraptor, and time raptor dives back through another portal. In the distance, you hear someone say, "Clever girl."
Oh no.
Drat. I will go ahead and take this next turn. Aim my drift. Still possible.
Yeah, you can still drift this turn, yeah.
Difficulty 2 to chain.
Well, let's see. Last time you did a difficulty 6 corner. If you want to chain onto the difficulty 2, it'll be level 8, and you can up the difficulty by going closer to the Velociraptor.
I suppose that might be too difficult. I will simply drift this regularly, if possible. Or do I have to chain to drift?
You don't have to chain to drift. You can drop your drift. But it's not going to be the best way to build points.
There. I will attempt this in a speedy fashion then, at difficulty 8. I suppose I'll need some effort to accomplish this.
At least 2 levels, yeah.
Yes, I will use 3 speed in an attempt
3 speed.
to not run my car.
You don't have an edge in speed, right?
I do, thanks to extra edge. I have 1 edge.
1 edge, awesome. So that will cost you 6 points then.
Unfortunately, I do not quite make it. I accidentally hit might instead of I meant to hit speed.
It's
But
okay. It just
failure either way.
costs you 6 instead of 5. So as this gigantic Hummer tries to follow the Velociraptor around the inside, instead it collides with Human Fingers and Johnny Slush. No points this round for anyone. Except the NPCs, of course. As we go back across to the judges' table, you can see they're scoring. Tsuchiya Gaichi himself is attending the event, the Drifto King, and he didn't loop the music track. In fact, you can't even see the option to loop the music track.
I just almost did a spit take.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Tsuchiguchi himself, the Drifter King, is sitting there. You can see as the camera comes over his shoulder, as he doesn't often like to speak much. It just has Lutse Nakamura, 130 points. It has the Velociraptors on 40 points. Lady Human Fingers, 40 points. Glass, 60 points. And Johnny Slush, 20 points. As you all come around the corner and look at the next couple of corners, you can see there's a very, very slight corner that goes into a hairpin. And as it goes down, you can see over the vista, there's another very slight corner on the other way. So if you'd like to be tactical about your chaining, you may do so. As Lutse is going to drop their chain to take this level 1 corner, and just goes around the level 1 corner. Next, we'll go to the Velociraptors, who also passed everyone. They're going to try and get a little close to Johnny, but they do it with ease. They don't knock him at all. They get close enough to earn themselves 30 points. Next, I believe we have Lady Human Hands.
My hands are human, but it is Lady Human Fingers for my name. I shall proceed quite intelligently, having looked with my human eyes at the turns ahead. You said difficulty 1.
This corner is difficulty 1.
I have taken it.
You rolled a 1. You drift casually around this corner, gaining yourself 10 points. Next then will be Johnny Slush.
Yeah, I think he needs some speed here. I don't know if it's unwise to switch to not a good stat, but here we go. Let's see. Yeah, and I'm gonna try to get a little closer, I guess.
Close to Lady Human Fingers, sure. How
Yeah.
close would you like to go?
Just one closer. Well, no, because I want to see if I can chain later, so I'm good. But I'm gonna use speed.
Okay.
Yep. Come on, baby. One roll. That works, please.
I believe. Yeah, beats
What?
difficulty 3. You
Finally.
also gain yourself 10 points as you go around.
Yay. Sweet.
So then, lastly is Glass.
I need to redeem myself for my previous failure. So I will take this corner with my might. And as I take it, I will... Well, that happened.
Yeah, you just got a nat 20 on a difficulty 1 corner. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, my suggested major effect is you weapon, shield, or piece of armor the target is using. I wasn't an attack.
Perhaps you attacked by accident. Who do you have this effect on accidentally?
Well, I've learned to predict the Time Raptor, so I was going to attempt to attack with my boulder launcher again against the Velociraptor.
Okay, so again, the Velociraptor is a difficulty 4 creature. You can remove armor using this, so we'll say that we'll give you the effect going forward that you can predict the Time Raptor. How's that?
Fair enough.
Making it one step easier to hit the Velociraptor the next time you attack.
So that'd make it a difficulty 3, correct?
To you, yes.
Mm-hmm. And I will go ahead and use 1 effort.
Oh, I wasn't going to give you an attack this turn. I think you have to attack before you drift.
Attack before you drift?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Action drift, then we'll move on. So we go back up to the top of the round. Lutse Nakamura. Lutse is dropping the gear, slowing down, and getting very close to the Velociraptor. It's a difficulty 5 corner, plus the 1 from last time makes it difficulty 6. And he's going to add some more points. He's trying to maximize his points here. Unfortunately, because he's an NPC, he can't roll. And he does not make the drift. So he knocks the Velociraptor. And the Velociraptor and him both gain no points for this round. For this difficulty 5 corner.
Thank goodness they're sabotaging each other.
So next is Lady Human Hands. Human fingers, I'm sorry.
All of me is human. I would like to chain. Would it also be possible to get closer? Does that up by 1?
Yes, so you've got 1 from last time, chained into this difficulty 5 hairpin, makes it difficulty 6. If you want to get closer, that'll make it difficulty 7.
Which is impossible. So perhaps I will get closer next turn. Just chaining then, I think. May I spend effort?
Yes.
I will spend 1 effort. Which I have an edge, so that will cost me 2.
It only costs you 2, yes, correct. So that'll bring the difficulty down to 6, which means you need to roll an 18 or higher. You can spend as much effort as you like.
We'll see if I can do it. Do I input in value for effort to roll?
Yes, just put 1 level in.
I should have spent more.
Yeah, so you rolled a 5, which only beats difficulty 1, so unfortunately you would have had to put a lot of effort in to get this. Unfortunately, no points this turn, as the collision ahead puts you off and you collide with the Velociraptors also. Next is Johnny Slush.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this, and I have this ability called Shatter, which I sure would like to use, where I can explode something, and it deals 1 point of damage to all creatures and objects in the area. So if that's possible, I'd love to explode something in, like, Lutzi's car. Doesn't have to put and defunct him, just like maybe explode a seat or something.
Okay.
Yeah, and it takes an intellect point to do.
Okay, so the intellect point will give we'll have a roll off against other players, and NPCs just have a difficulty. Who are you attacking again? Sorry.
Marinus, it says. Yeah, I was hoping to aim for. Oh wait, the Velociraptors are in the lead now, actually, right?
In the lead physically, maybe. You can see Lutze and the Velociraptors up front. Yeah.
Okay, I mean either one of them. I said Lutzi before, so we'll go with them.
Cool. So Lutze is a difficulty 5 NPC. Please give me an intellect roll of difficulty 5. It will cost you 1 point to do the attack.
Okay. Do I do the roll before I change the number? Or do I change the number first on the sheet? Does that matter?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay. Intellect difficulty 5, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So close. With 1 level of effort, you would have succeeded. Unfortunately.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that with these. Okay.
Oh,
Learning.
yeah, you can spend effort at any time you like. Unfortunately, with the difficulty 4 roll, not quite going to do it. You see Lutze sort of speed off just as you start focusing on him.
Okay, and now I lower my intellect number to by 1, right?
Just by 1, yes.
Okay, cool.
And then you too may also try and take the corner.
Okay. All right, then I am going to. Let's see. I think I'm going to use speed, and I'm going to use effort, and I have 1 edge. So it'd mean that effort only costs 2, right? Okay,
yes.
Yeah, he's gonna try to speed into it.
So are you chaining the last corner into this one?
I would like to.
So that'll take it up to 6, difficulty 6. Would you like to get close to anyone else? For example,
Nope.
Lady Human Fingers, no? Okay. Difficulty 6 with 1 edge, that'll be difficulty 5. You need a 15 or higher.
Oh, wait. Cancel. Okay. You said it's difficulty 5. Okay. And I do... It's just 1 effort, right? It'll know.
If you're going to put effort in, you can either put in difficulty 5 or you can put in difficulty 6 with 1 effort. It's up to you.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. I'll just do difficulty 5 then. Submit. Darn, I'm not good at these buttons, huh?
You're okay. You're doing just great.
Okie dokie. Yes! So many failures!
Unfortunately, the roll of 11 will not beat difficulty 5, so as you try and skillfully drift around everyone, it's turning into a huge pile-up, as Johnny also gets no points this round.
Johnny is deeply in character. He's frantically flipping through a manual as he's trying to do this in the car. And the cat is starting to meow, and he's tried to like buckle it into the seat next to him with his book, but he traded it out with the book, and it's just a mess.
So you're now flipping through cat fur.
Yeah, cat fur everywhere. It's a mess.
Glass, no points this round so far. Can you pick some up?
Glass, learning from his mistake, is going to attack before he drifts. Launch his boulder at the pile-up, hoping to hit at least the velocity.
Okay. So they are normally a difficulty 4 NPC. To you, they're difficulty 3, as the Time Raptor jumps out, but you know they're coming. And yeah, you nail them. You hit the Velociraptor car, and you see parts of it chunk away as they take 6 points of damage.
Like I got a Nerf gun!
Welcome, Party RPG. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome. Today we are drift racing. I do all the maths. We do lots of drifting. It's a ton of fun. Welcome.
Excellent. Now that I have made my attack against the raptor, I will attempt to chain this drift. What is the difficulty?
It was difficulty 1. This is a difficulty 5 corner, so this will be a difficulty 6 drift, unless you want to get close to someone, in which case you can make it more difficult.
I'll keep my distance. I will attempt. So, difficulty 6. Then I'm going to apply some effort. And I'm going to fail miserably. It is okay, because my attack succeeded.
Oof, yeah, unfortunately, roll of 7 only beats difficulty 2. No points this round as everyone collides on this corner. The Velociraptors take 6 points of damage as glass smashes into them with a boulder. And it's a bit of a mess. Why don't we all roll initiative to see how we move away from this pile-up?
I feel when you get a good initiative roll.
Did you get another good initiative roll? Yeah, you did. Okay. So let's get some rolls in for the NPCs as well. So first away then this time is Johnny Slush. Johnny,
Somehow.
Johnny, heading towards the next corner, which is only difficulty 1. You can see the volcano to the right as it starts to smoke.
Oh.
Yep.
My home.
Okay. Yeah. He is going to see that and think, gosh, I gotta get out of here. Because mountains and volcanoes seem like they are bad and dangerous. So he's gonna smart his way out of this pile of cars. He sort of found a narrow path out and is going to jet with some good old-fashioned intellect. And it's a 1, right?
Uh-huh. Difficulty 1 corner. No chains here. We all crashed on the last corner.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. Scooping up another 10 points.
Slow and steady, guys. Slow and steady. You hear him go, woohoo! As he peels out. The cat kind of goes, meow.
With a 9 and a 12. Next is Lutse Nakamura. Lutse is going to try and get quite close to you. 2 stages close to you. And they will successfully do it, gaining 30 points for themselves.
Ooh.
Next, with 12 points, is Glass.
So currently there is no drift. It is a stretch to catch up.
There's a slight bend to the left, which you can drift around.
I see. In that case, seeing the volcano that reminds me of my home, Pompeii, continue to drift, encouraged by something familiar. What is the difficulty of this corner?
This is a difficulty 1 corner. If you'd like to get close to Lutse, you can see Lutse drifting very neatly alongside Johnny Slush.
Actually, before I leave this pileup, the Velociraptor is still there, correct?
Yep, still there, looking at the side of their car, which you've damaged badly.
I'm going to damage it more. With my greatsword this time. Success.
Oof, yeah, that is a successful roll as you slice into them. They're going to leave their hail state and become impaired, making everything one step more difficult for them as you wipe out their might pool.
As I tear away, I'll just look at them and say, "Clever girl." And then I will drift close to Lutse to increase the difficulty of the drift.
Uh-huh. How close?
I'll just make it a difficulty 2.
Okay.
I do not succeed.
You do not. You do not. You're going to knock into Lutse. Lutse has to roll difficulty 1 to hold on to the drift, and they do so. They're not so close to Johnny that Johnny has to roll as well. They just sort of like knock out and keep their drift maintained. Unfortunately, there are no points for Glass this round. Next is Lady Human Fingers.
Seeing that it is apparently quite normal to wish ill on these lizard people, I would like to attempt to shatter their vehicle.
Sure.
Would you like me to make this intellect roll at a difficulty 4?
Difficulty 4 it would be, yes. Oh boy. And would you like to up the damage using effort?
I do not particularly like using effort to damage other vehicles.
Okay, and how much damage does Shatter do? I'm just skimming through.
I don't know. 1 damage, I believe. Yes, 1 point of damage to all creatures and objects in the area. So if it is possible to also damage the track ahead of the Velociraptor as I speed off to perhaps make this turn a bit more difficult for them to get through, that would be fantastic.
You 100% can, yeah. You make it more difficult for them in every way.
This makes me very happy. I would like to get closer to the next driver, please.
Well, ahead you can see Glass drifting around the corner, just knocked into Lutse Nakamura, and now we'll need to... you can drift around them. How close would you like to get?
Just 1 closer.
Unfortunately, getting 1 closer means you knock into Glass, as they have also stopped, and no points for Lady Human
Am I-
this time.
Defend my position from being hit.
I apologize, but I did damage the lizard vehicle.
You would generally make a defense roll to hold onto your drift, but since you already failed your drift, there's no need, really.
Fair enough.
The lizard people, if you wish, the Velociraptor, hops out of their car, and they start chasing you on foot. Glass.
Is it my turn or
Nope, just letting you know what the Velociraptor is
something to
doing.
know? Okay.
It would seem that they have given up the vehicle and perhaps the race for different motivations. Hey, V1 Sonic, welcome. So as we enter the next corner, it's a difficulty 2 corner coming up. Johnny Slush at the front, leading. Difficulty 2 corner, you've got a chance to chain here. You've also got a chance to get close to Lutse Nakamura behind you.
You are muted.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I think, yeah, I'm gonna... He turns to the cat and goes, all right, hang on tight. We're gonna take this one a little tight. And, oh, and there's the cat. Just like that. I summoned her. Okay, yeah, and he is going to try to chain and get a little closer. So would that make it a 4?
So the difficulty of last time was difficulty 1. This is difficulty 2, which would take it up to 3. Getting a little closer would make it difficulty 4. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna roll that puppy or kitty, I suppose. Oh, come on.
Oh, an epic fail, unfortunately. Roll20 doesn't like us today.
Roll20 has never liked me, I'm gonna be honest.
It doesn't like many people. Sometimes you have a good game, that's the best you can hope for.
Yeah.
So, Johnny Slush, you sort of like drift too tight, and maybe your nose rubs against the bumper as you sort of come to a stop. Lutse Nakamura behind you is going to try and defend. They are chaining into this corner. They put a lot of space between them and you to succeed. Next is Glass.
There's a dinosaur after me. This dinosaur will soon be gas. Before it can approach, I launch a boulder.
Sure.
Difficulty 3, correct?
Correct indeed.
I don't know why it said effort, because I I didn't click out effort. Oh no, I might have accidentally, instead of saying difficulty, might have accidentally put it in effort instead of. That's what happened.
That's okay.
It's a failure.
This will fail. So you do not manage to attack the Velociraptor this time. And as your boulder is lifted out of the ground and thrown at this thing, the earth begins to shake a little. Like, as the boulder lands, it shakes a bit too much.
Ooh.
Pompeii, I am home.
Next is Lady... Oh, you got the drift to do, yeah, sorry.
Difficulty...
the corner is difficulty 1, you don't have anything to chain, so... difficulty 2, sorry.
Yep.
If you want to get close, you can, for more. Nope. I
am in a Hummer. Hummers are not meant to drift.
It's showing in the points, honestly. At the end of this round, we'll go back to the judges' table and have another look at the points. But Lady Human Fingers, you are up next.
What is the difficulty of the following turn?
Difficulty 2.
I will take it normally. I have nothing to chain because I am not good at the drifting.
You're really good at the easy drifts. That's what I'm seeing.
Of course, if it is close to a 0 or 1, I am better.
You drift around this corner without getting close to a glass or Johnny. You just drift around and carry on, nice and smooth. Last is the Velociraptor. They've given up their car, but they're going to attack Glass. Glass, could you please make me a difficulty 4 defense roll using intellect?
Difficulty 4 using intellect. Now, does my ability to predict the Time Raptor come into play here?
Unfortunately not, as it's not time that's attacking you this time.
What distance?
Successful roll. As the road stretches and contorts around you and space itself seems to bend, you hold on to your memory of the road and everything stays okay. They're trying to mess with your mind. How does this look? How does Glass deal with this?
Glass does not have a mind like regular humans do, and while things might have briefly blurred, the Distance Raptor must not have a good grasp on what makes a golem tick.
As we go back to the judges' table, you can see them trying to score in order, but the points keep changing. They've got Lutse Nakamura with 250 points. Lady Human Fingers with 40, 60, 70 points. Glass with 60 points. Johnny Slush with 40 points, and also the Velociraptors with a simple 30 points.
Surprised Johnny has any points. He's doing better than I thought.
I did do Human Fingers, didn't I? Yeah, 7 points. So at the moment, Lutse Nakamura running away with the race. Absolutely running away with it. The next corner is a difficulty 2 corner, and you can see the finish line ahead. There's a difficulty 2 corner, a difficulty 1 corner, a difficulty 3 corner. However, as you start to head towards this corner, the ground begins to shake as the road begins to quiver, as it would seem the mountain is waking up. This will make all corners one step more difficult.
Okay.
So we'll start with I think this time, Lutsen Nakamura drifting around Johnny having stopped. They're going to try and chain this corner, and they cannot, so they fail. Next will be Lady Human Fingers, who also managed to drift around the carnage. Lady Human Fingers, this is a difficulty 2 corner.
Would it be possible to use the ability Scan on the road ahead of me to make this an easier corner?
Yes, as you are... Scan takes a minute to use, doesn't it?
I wrote that it was an action. Let me see.
Cool. Okay, yeah, no, go. You can totally scan. As you scan ahead, it's going to cost 2 intellect. If you have an edge, that will reduce the cost. As you scan ahead, you can see how the road is going to tremor and get a view on it, negating the 1 step more difficult that the erupting volcano makes the corner, bringing it back down to level 2.
I think I will not chain this. I know it will impact my points, but also difficulty 4 seems very daunting.
Okay,
So
so go drop your drift and go into a new one. Yeah, sure. Beats difficulty 4.
Of course.
But hey, slow and steady, build up them points.
I cannot appear to be too good.
Of course, you must have your inefficiencies. Next we have Johnny Slush pulling away from the corner. Johnny, you can see this difficulty 2 corner up ahead. You can also see Lady Human Fingers drifting around it. You can get close to them if you want to increase your points.
Question.
Yes.
Is it possible that as Lutsi Nakamura went past, that I lasso him out the window because I am practiced with light weapons
You can
and
totally
use them
try
as
that.
an anchor to try to make the turn easier?
You can totally do that.
What
Make
dice
me-
buttons?
Make me an attack roll using speed.
Okay. So that's, I click the speed die and then what? Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They are a difficulty 5 NPC.
Okay. I'm going to use some effort then.
Okay.
I will use 2 effort will bring me down 4, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You have an edge in speed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that just to see what happens. At last.
Yeah, successful roll.
Woo!
So you would have rolled a 5 anyway. You lasso Lutse, and this is a light weapon, right? So it'll do 2 points of damage to Lutse.
Cool.
And Lutse cries out, and you will have an advantage as you go ahead.
So that means it's just a 2 still, right?
Just a 2 as the you manage to I don't know, sacrifice
Okay.
Lutse to the volcano, I guess, in some way, and make the corner one
Yeah,
step easier.
yeah. Sweet. Come on, baby. Oh, finally.
Yeah, so
Just barely.
You pull out, you get around the corner, and you rack yourself up 20 points, not to be sniffed at all.
Sweet.
Fantastic. Next is Glass.
Well, I still have this raptor after me, so I'm going to try and deal with that. How close is it?
It's kind of difficult to tell. It seems like the distance keeps changing. It's almost as though this Velociraptor is in 2 places at once.
Naturally. So, I will launch a boulder at it.
A roll of 2 will not hit the distance raptor. The distance raptor is going to dodge out of the way as the velociraptor shows it how to move.
Did I get disconnected there for a second?
I didn't notice if you did, but I can go for it again. Unfortunately, a difficulty of 2 will not hit the distance raptor as the velociraptor helps it dodge away as they sort of weave around. You don't get it this time.
All right, I will try and drift.
Sure thing. You drift. You don't go any closer to anyone. You just drift around the corner, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. You gain yourself some points. Not many corners left. The volcano fully erupts. Smoke hits the sky as lava starts pouring out of the side, as the side of the volcano seems to split open, rocks fall, and you can see this hot fluid with strange things burning in the top that starts rolling down the side.
Well, that's not good.
Mad Rogue, for the donation. It's almost as though I predicted it. The volcano explodes. And since the volcano explodes, we've just had a donation for some more carnage. Parts of the road are going to explode as well. Please, everyone, make me a speed defense roll.
So I do speed.
I use the defense. I haven't used it yet. That I got from
Yes,
Resonance.
yes, you can. It'll be difficulty 3, so you can reduce it to difficulty 2. Human fingers.
Also, does armor do anything? Or is that for damage?
Armor will soak up damage. Lady Human Fingers succeeds.
It is good. Fire is bad for human flesh.
Do we have to use speed or?
If you can justify a different defense roll, you may use a different defense roll.
I am in an all-terrain stone vehicle that is quite durable. One might say it's quite strong.
You just want to weather the storm?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Difficulty 3, smite roll then.
Well,
Might, not smite. You're not a paladin, sorry. You threw some effort in there as well?
I did.
Fair. So your roll would be difficulty 4. You succeed. I guess your tires and everything are made of stone and just, just shrug it off. Returning to the stone, as it were.
This is familiar. As I said, I'm from Pompeii.
Oh dear, Emma. Johnny Slush does not make the roll. How much armor do you have?
I have no idea what that means. Where would that be?
Did your class give you any armor? It would just say somewhere armor.
If you took the adept skill ward, you would have armor.
It says 0, so no.
0 it is. I'll let you roll your own damage. Please roll me 1d10.
Okay.
Please take 4 points off of your might pool first. We always take points out of the might pool first.
Cool.
As lava starts hitting you all, and then we'll probably start raining from the sky. But we'll get to that shortly. So the next corner is going to be made 2 steps more difficult by the erupting volcano. It was a difficulty 1 corner. It will now be difficulty 3.
Is it my turn?
Sorry, yes. It will be Lady Human Fingers' turn first.
Difficulty 2, you say?
was difficulty 1 increased by 2, so difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3. And to chain on the last one, that would be difficulty 4 or difficulty 5?
If you want to chain, that would increase the difficulty to difficulty 5.
I will, but I will also use some effort.
Okay.
I will use 2 effort.
And that's a success. With the 2 effort, you can drift around the second corner, chaining the corners together. Lady Human Fingers, that was difficulty 5. You've multiplied it by 2 because you've chained once, gaining yourself a whole bunch of points. Behind you, Lutse, Nakamura, they just take the corner normally. They don't get any closer to you at all. Next is Johnny Slush again.
Alrighty. So if I try to chain, would I only add 2 because last time I knocked it down to a 2, or would I keep the base 3 that the previous one was before?
You'd keep the base 3.
Bummer. Alright, I think he's gonna pull out the stops a bit here. And he's not gonna get closer to anyone. Is there a way to like move farther away from people or no?
Hang a minute. No, sorry. It would have only been difficulty 2. Sorry, it would have been 2 to chain, yeah.
Okay, so it'd be a 5 total. Okay. Yeah, alright. Yeah, he'll go for it, and he's gonna use 2 effort, I think.
Okay, so very similar tactic to Lady Human Fingers, it seems.
Yeah, just gonna try to pull out all the stops here. It's deeply a character. I'm fine with this.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't quite make it. Perhaps knocking into Nakamura again. Nakamura will be unable to maintain their drift, and they will lose points equal to the amount they fail by. And you will roll to a stop, Johnny.
Fair enough. He goes, "Oh, beans!" Starts petting the cat instead. He'll just take it and pet it for a minute to reset.
Justin, Glass's turn.
The walls kept tumbling down. In the city that we love, gray clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness from above. I attack the Velociraptor. He will fall to my assault this time.
So difficulty 3, yes, you succeed in hitting the distance raptor. Another 6 points of damage, brutal. Fortunately, their speed pool is quite large, and they've not really used any of it yet.
For now.
For now. You have this difficulty 1 corner ahead made into a difficulty 3 by
Chaining?
No, by the raining sulfur and the vibration on the ground.
Would four-wheel drive and all-terrain wheels be counted as assets for this check?
Sure, is that an ability you've got?
It is equipment that I wrote down when I created this character.
I see what you did there. Yeah, you can have an asset.
So that would be... Okay. So if I chain, it would be difficulty 5, because 2 from the previous drift, plus the 3 from this one,
Mm-hmm.
but then it would be reduced to 4 because of my asset.
That's correct, yes.
Okay. I'll put in 1 effort.
And you succeed. You successfully drift, gaining yourself a lovely 100 points for the difficulty 5 corner. We won't take the asset away from the score. The distance raptor is going to attack you, Glass. Please make another difficulty 4 defense.
Intellect again?
Anything you like.
Anything I like. Let's go with might. Is it the distance or the time raptor attacking?
It's going to be the time raptor as a portal opens next to you.
3 then. I'll use 1 effort.
Oh! Free GM intrusion. Fantastic. As you touch the time raptor, both you and he disappear. For a second, you are falling through some sort of purple wormhole. When you land, you are in the long grass.
Interesting.
Hear the grass rustling around you. Good night, Rock. Thank you for the cheer.
I pull out my greatsword.
And just from behind you, you hear a...
Instead of turning behind me, I'll dive forward.
Make me a difficulty 4 speed defense roll.
3?
Yes, sure. On a 3, you dive forward as a time raptor appears at your side trying to attack you, and it's just going to clip you. Please take 2 points of damage from your might pool.
If I have 4 armor, what will that do? 0?
Not a thing, yeah.
I just chuckle. Ha, ha, ha.
See it, the time raptor looks upset for a second. Deposits you back in your car. And then behind you, you hear an almighty roar as the time raptor appears, flanked by a T-Rex.
More fuel.
I don't think I can do the T-Rex roar. No, I can't do the T-Rex roar. I thought about it.
Do it for the clip.
No.
Come on, I did a horse scream. You can do a T-Rex roar. I believe in you.
No, just sounds like a chicken.
They're cousins.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's just like a big, ugly chicken. You know, dinosaurs.
Hang on a second. Maybe if I take the low up and bring the high down a bit. That could work. I'm not sure how that sounds because I kind of threw it for a synth.
Sounded terrifying and lizard-like. You think you're solid gold.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Glass gives a thumbs up.
Glass gives a thumbs up. The T-Rex questions. let's carry on. So we go back to the top of the round. The last corner of the race is a difficulty-free. Sulfur is now raining from the sky. The ground is opening up in earthquakes, and lava is appearing from beneath. Can everyone please make me a difficulty 5 defense roll?
Looks like we got a new friend!
Constant Warfare, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everyone. We're just finishing off a drift competition. Oof.
You can do effort on a defense roll, right?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna do that. Let's do this.
I almost used effort.
Almost. So you succeed, Johnny Slush. You manage to navigate the sulfur as it just doesn't quite hit you. Everyone else fails. This is going to be a more difficult roll. Please can... how much damage do we do? Why don't you both do me... both of you roll me a d12, and together we'll add them together and make the damage. Whew.
This is when you don't want it to love you.
Oh! 13 points of damage. Take away from your might pool first, and then the speed pool.
So I'm taking 9.
What happens if a stat hits 0?
You become you become enable. You gain inability, which means everything becomes one step harder.
Excellent.
If you drop 2 pools, then it means you can no longer move. And if you drop all 3 pools, your vehicle is destroyed. You can also take, instead of taking a turn, you can stop the car and use a recovery roll to regain some points. So we go back to the top of the round. Lady Human Fingers, you're currently on... the last difficulty was 50. The last corner is difficulty 3, increased by 3 due to the volcano worsening. Michael Wayne, thank you very much. Sage, you get 1 point. So if you put it back in your might pool, you are no longer enable. Which means that this would stay if you chain it at difficulty 11, if you don't chain it at difficulty 6.
Thank you, fellow human, for this point. I will not chain this. Since the sulfur is something that is making this difficult, and it seems to not affect my human lungs, could I use that as an asset moving forward?
Sure, why not?
Difficulty 5. I will use some effort to zoom through this very quickly. 2 effort.
Very nice, very respectable. So that's another 50 points you're gonna. Oh wait a minute, 45. Yeah, 50 points you're gonna gain there. As the volcano does indeed count towards your points. I imagine this looks pretty cool with sulfur raining and stuff. How? Why don't you describe it for us?
Well, with my normal mundane pink flamingo riding shotgun, I cruise around the corner, taking deep breaths of this completely breathable air through my human lungs through my open windows. Window, that is, the one that stretches around the whole car. And I breeze past, giving the peace sign.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Next, we have Lutse Nakamura. Nakamura is going to get hit by the volcano, and their car is not looking too great. They didn't put an awful lot in their strength pool. Thank you very much, Michael Wayne, who gifts an advantage to Lady Human Fingers. Again, advantage means you can roll twice and take the highest. Next, Ritsu Nakamura, yeah, their car takes a lot of damage. They fail the roll because of this, and they sort of total over the line as they crash into the sides. Next is Glass drifting around Johnny Slush.
Well, that T-Rex looks mighty impressive. But first I need to recover. So I'll make a recover action and recover, 2d6?
1d6 plus 1.
1d6 plus 1. Five points.
Nice, very nice.
And then am I able to continue drifting?
Yeah, you can try and chain them. So the last corner was difficulty 5. This corner is going to be difficulty 6 due to the volcano. So to chain them, it'll be difficulty 11.
I don't think I'll try and chain. This being difficulty 6, I have the all-terrain assets, so lower it to DC 5, correct? I'll apply 1 effort. But it was not enough.
No, unfortunately not. As how does this look as we're getting towards the finish line? Last corner of the event. How does it look?
As Glass recalls waking up in the volcano, people panicking in Pompeii, he flashes back to being in his car, distracted just long enough for a boulder to be in his way. He loses control, briefly, but enough to lose the drift.
And as you lose the drift, the T-Rex tears past Johnny Slush and is after you. Please make me a defense roll. This will be difficulty 6.
Can I defend by attempting to placate the T-Rex? As I am trained in such things.
You can. That'd be an intellect roll. For those asking in chat, if you want to get the new the pride emotes, my bits are gay and I love it. 200 bits or more gets everyone emotes. Use the pride flag when you cheer, I believe.
So, what would the difficulty be?
So difficulty 6, training will bring that down 1 difficulty level.
I suppose I'll need to use some effort. Using 3 effort.
Free effort. Okay, so that brings it down to difficulty 3 with training. Yeah, you successfully avoid the T-Rex. I guess you must have just zigzagged. That is the weakness of any T-Rex. And as you
Could I,
yeah,
as I'm trying to placate it, could I instead convince it to help me?
you bet.
Carry me to the finish line, in style, and I shall not turn you into gas.
There's a long moment where the T-Rex looks at you. And the Velociraptor appears out of nowhere. And for a moment, all three of you can look at each other in a triangle. In what some might call cinematic history and others might call the most ridiculous scene ever put in Jurassic World. There's a simple nod from the T-Rex. And the Velociraptor also nods. So you're asking it to pick up the car?
With style. As that is what the competition is about.
Of course, the T-Rex, thank you very much, Monster Vet. An advantage for me, thank you. I assume that's what you mean by dealer's choice. I'll dish them out as we go. So this is going to be all for style points as the T-Rex is going to pick up the car. Give me a speed roll for balance.
Fortunately not trained in balance, but I do have speed. Unknown difficulty?
Unknown difficulty, we'll scale it. Unfortunately, the T-Rex doesn't really understand style. As it picks you up and balances on its head, of course, the T-Rex only really knows one style, and that is the T-pose. As it tries to T-pose towards the finish line, and you tumble down its back. And it looks really weird. It looks like its shoulder's going inside itself. It's glitching out the graphics.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, I think I'll second that as well, Tater. Thank you. Mirror's there just saying thank you so much for everything that you do on this channel. You rock, and I appreciate you to Potato Hollow, who does do the most amount of clipping, gifing, quoting, and anything. It's truly appreciate you. Last then, having crashed on the last corner, Johnny Slush.
Yeah, he crashed and somehow dodged the sulfur at the same time. I'm not... he I don't know, he phase warps out for a second, I guess. Yeah, he's going to go all right, kitty cat, buckle up. And he just chucks the book in the back seat. And then he gets both hands on the steering wheel. It was 10 and 2, and then since the guide changed it, I think recently, to 3 and 9, he holds on tight, and he's just gonna gun it for all he's got. So he's gonna throw down an intellect roll. He's stored all his knowledge, and he's gonna expend it now and use lots of effort.
Sure. Would you like to get close to the T-posing T-Rex?
Absolutely not. Over Johnny's quite literally dead body would I like to do that. I appreciate you asking. It's nice to check.
That's a difficulty 6 drift.
Alrighty.
Just use the kitty to push down the gas pedal. It can be your asset.
Let's see. I'm gonna throw down 2 effort on this. Come on. The cat gets under the gas pedal, and it because it's a robot cat, the pedal just doesn't go anywhere, I would say.
I never said it was a robot cat. It is a normal animal cat.
Yeah, you're right. The clanging noise is nothing.
You hear like brrr, 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 ding, ding.
Yeah, if he can get out after that and just like pick up the cat and put it on his shoulders and like do the princess wave towards the finish line, that would be great. Because I think he's done with the car.
as you have crashed, you do crash into the raptor.
No!
So can you please make me a difficulty 6 defense roll as the T-Rex turns to try and chase you?
How does one go about doing that?
So you can make any difficulty roll you like. You can use speed if you want to try and fight it. No, speed if you want to try and flee from it. Might if you want to try and intimidate it maybe in somehow. Intellect if you want to try and trick it. It will be difficulty 6. You can describe what you want to do and then tell us how you do it.
Johnny's gonna go, "You got this one, partner," and throw the cat at the T-Rex as a distraction.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That's
He knows
totally
it's
okay.
metal.
That's an asset. I'll reduce it down to difficulty 5.
All right.
So what are you doing when you throw the cat? Are you running or?
No, this is like an intellect thing. He's gonna like chuck the cat one way and run the other.
Okay, tricking the T-Rex. Fair.
Yeah, and he's gonna throw it real good. I'm like using all my pool points because I would like to not be eaten by a T-Rex. Thank you.
Of course. A nat 20. As you trick the T-Rex so much, the cat lands on its nose, and the T-Rex sort of goes cross-eyed, and the kitty cat starts like stretching on its nose and purring, and the T-Rex just wanders away with the cat on its nose.
I'm still on its back, right?
Yes.
Oh no! Sorry. Sweet.
I can fix this.
That is the end of the race. As the judges start adding up scores, you are free to interact again. Excepting Glass, of course, who's being carried away on a T-Rex.
Can I use my skill in jumping to ramp off the T-Rex and get to the finish line?
Yes, you can. 100%.
Oh, God.
Johnny's gonna walk up to, if there's like a crowd of the drivers, he'll walk up and be like, "Gee, I really thought I could blow stuff up with my mind, but that must have just been a dream or something. I don't know what I was thinking."
Yes, most humans find that quite difficult with their human brains.
Are you
Yeah, I
saying
suppose
that,
you're right.
that the T-Rex is going to explode?
Sorry?
Is that what you're saying? Is your major effect that the T-Rex is going to explode? Because I'm on board.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. As soon as I see that Glass is off the back of this thing.
I did
that's
get a 6 to, difficulty 6 for the jumping.
Yeah. Let's go difficulty 4, I think. It's already distracted.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So yeah, you get like the explosion behind you, I suppose.
I would like to attempt to catch my cat. My
Glass
pet.
Do that.
does not look back at the explosion.
Very cool.
Is this a speed roll?
Yes, if you would like to catch the cat, it will be a speed roll, also difficulty 4.
It would appear it does not wish to return to me. That is okay, because as a living animal, it has its own will.
Johnny goes, "Thanks for letting me borrow your cat. It came in handy. I think you may have misplaced it, but I found it." He like points as you're already going to catch it.
Lady Human Fingers, can you roll again for me? I'm going to gift you the... Oh, no, wait, you've already got your own advantage. If you'd like to use that advantage, you can, or I'm going to gift you one.
Yeah, I'll roll with it. Yes, I will roll with advantage to catch my kitty.
There you go, you catch it.
May I repair it slightly? It seems as though it has been through quite a bit. Maybe a bit stepped on.
Johnny looks guilty and offers to help.
I do have a mechanical skill.
Sure, you can use Johnny as an asset if Johnny's helping, and you can use your mechanical skill, which you're trained in.
What is the difficulty?
We'll make it quite simple. It's difficulty free.
Could I also be an asset, as I could placate it to keep it from resisting while it is repaired?
Yeah, you can certainly help out narratively. It won't increase the amount of assets at all.
Do I roll my mechanical skill with the very accurate D20 picture next to it?
Yes, you can.
I will expend an effort. Now that I have healed with medicine my pet, I believe it seems much happier with you. Would you like to take it with you?
Me? I sure would love to. It was so cute.
I
have
can
lots of
always
notes to take.
find a new cat. They are living in places in multitudes.
Yeah, this one was like woofing sometimes and trumpeting. It was really neat. I'd like to study it if you don't mind.
Of course.
So he'll take it and put it like, I don't know if it like shoulders, but he's gonna try to deposit it up on his shoulder.
It hoots excitedly.
He goes, oh, there.
This will probably seem completely off topic, but do either of you remember your birth?
No. And I don't think I'd care to be honest.
It involved a woman who was a human. I have seen a video of it. Because humans normally film these sorts of things. There were other people and a blanket involved.
I see.
Hmm.
Mine involved screaming and lava, much like, and I just motioned towards the volcano. As I awoke and climbed out of the volcano, I saw what people call Pompeii, fire raining down. People turned to stone, similar to me but different. They didn't move.
I think I read about that. Can't believe you've been alive that long.
I've been around a while.
So is that your uncle?
The volcano?
Yes.
Is
If
that
your
rude?
mother was a volcano, perhaps all volcanoes are your uncles.
Is
I
that
don't know.
Golemist?
I'm not sure.
I was simply alive when I wasn't before. I don't know if I would consider a volcano a parent. I'm not sure if I have parents.
Well, you have friends. Two
Sure.
normal human friends.
I don't know if I'd call myself normal, but you seem alright.
I'm glad to hear that. Would you like to know why they call me Glass?
I would love to.
Well, for the first few thousand years of my life, I was simply called Stone. But one day, I found these glasses, and then people simply started calling me Glass.
Well, they made you look mighty cool when you had that explosion going on behind you.
My body temperature usually is fairly cool compared to the human body.
My body temperature usually ranges in the normal human ranges. Except for when I contract a human illness, in which case it is warmer than normal human ranges. This is strange that you remember when you were. Do you remember when you were not?
No, I simply was. I was not. I have no memory of was not. And then I was. As I am now. And that I remember.
Have you met another glass rock?
No. No rocks named Glass.
Perhaps you will meet a glass named Rock.
What about a rock named Lobster? Anyone? No? Alright.
I've heard the song.
Ah, yes, music.
Yeah, I'm more of a book person myself, but music's okay.
It makes vibrations.
Good vibrations.
No.
What is your preferred musical genre?
Rock.
Hard or soft?
Hard. Hard rock.
I like hard rock all right, but I prefer metal, personally.
I like audiobooks, that's all I got.
I should give audiobooks a try.
You really should.
It'd probably take me less than a couple years to get through one book that way.
I would reckon so, yeah.
Do you hear at the same speed in which you read?
No, I hear at the rate that words are spoken.
Which in this
Then
crowd
it
is...
would be faster.
Yeah. Maybe not with us, but generally speaking, yeah.
Certainly faster. Certainly.
Perhaps we should take a road trip to a normal human destination, such as a beach or another mountain, and we can listen to audiobooks the whole way.
Alright, as long as I don't have to drive.
My Hummer can go the distance. As long as you don't mind splitting the gas bill.
I'll think about it.
We do have chunks of dead T-Rex right behind us.
Hey?
I think that should get us most of the way there.
Yeah, she's got a point.
Absolutely.
Count me back in.
I am already prepared to leave. I have my electric shaving kit and my self-care kit for a human, complete with lotions and bath supplies.
You a Girl Scout or something, or?
I am just very interested in normal daily human activities.
Me too, that's why I read so much. You feel me?
Yes, you feel fleshy and alive.
Yuck.
I wonder who has won the race. How long until the ceremony happens?
I think the judges might have fled when the volcano went off.
Oh yeah, is there like lava coming first? Should we keep an eye out? Sometimes I hyper-focus and I don't notice my surroundings.
As lava pours down the mountain, circling the judges' panel, Tsuchiya Gaichi stands with sulfur and smoke standing behind him, looking like something out of an 80s action movie, and walks forward towards the podium and gestures to you all to join him, despite the present danger. The near and present danger.
Alright, I'll follow.
We could instead go on our road trip instead of standing pointlessly on a pedestal about to melt.
Yeah, pointless in my case might be a literal situation.
I can carry you. I am wearing human shoes that do not burn so easily.
Well, that's nice. As we canonically established, I'm not very big, so seems like a great idea.
Well, if you'll stay for the award ceremony, I will as well. Friends.
And a woman arrives, of course, as is custom, to read out the winners. She's blonde, possibly from Los Angeles. Los Angeles, hang on. Okay, everyone, we're here to announce the winners of today's race, and I'm so excited. So I'm afraid last place with a disqualification is the Velociraptor car. They have been completely disqualified for leaving their car and attacking the other racers. In fourth place, who can stand near the podium, that is Johnny Slush. Johnny Slush, congratulations with 60 points. That is fourth place. Congratulations, and that she brings over a small bottle of beer to hand to you. In third place is Glass. Mr. Glass, if you could come over to the podium here in the third place.
Who?
Glass, that's you.
Yes, sorry. I
haven't introduced myself. I'm so rude. My name's Mackenzie. If you could come and stand on the podium in place number 3, that'd be awesome.
Of course.
That's 170 points. In second place with 240 points, it's Lady Human Fingers.
Thank you so much. What have I won?
Well, all of the people on the podium will get some champagne in just a moment, and then you can do the big champagne sploosh thing.
It seems as though the podium is tilted slightly. Glass, could you perhaps slightly nudge off of it? You are quite heavy.
Oh, fair. And when we go splooshing with this champagne, that is something one does after a race? They go sploosh?
Yeah.
I believe we are supposed to shower the fourth place, Victor.
He's standing there drinking his beer and trying to feed some of it to Pet.
So
you just
we
like
sploosh
shake it
our
up,
place?
and then shake it up, and then the cork goes like poo, and then you can all just like shower each other in champagne. First place is Lutse Nakamura. Just beat you by 50 points, Human Fingers. Yay! As the podium slowly catches fire, as lava wraps around it. Well, congratulations, everyone. I'm going to flee for my life. Such a pleasure meeting you. Bye.
I'm
Wait.
Mackenzie.
Take off your heels before you run. I have seen many films in which this is a detriment.
Oh, don't worry. I grew up in SoCal. I can run in heels.
I believe we too should flee. Perhaps this explosive liquid will be good to use in a car.
Sounds good to me.
As you shake it, it does indeed pop. She gives it to you with the thing already unwrapped. So when you shake it, it just...
I aim it very quickly at anybody else whose human flesh is perhaps less tarnished by liquid. I do not like being sticky. It is not good for my human joints.
Johnny goes, my books!
Aims it at the Velociraptor.
Is the Velociraptor not melted?
No, the
Or did he make it
T-Rex
out?
exploded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
but yeah, I guess maybe he was melted.
The Velociraptor sort of moved over to the T-Rex, which it sort of saw as its ace in the hole, and is tapping at it as the lava consumes it. And it's sure, in a couple of 100 years, I'm sure this Velociraptor will make some fine, fine oil.
Delicious. Very helpful, I mean, for vehicles.
Right, Johnny gestures at his beer and goes, "I'm not driving, I told you."
Hop in.
He'll get in the
Yes.
back seat. He knows his place. He gets right in the back seat with the pet.
Where is your chimney?
No need for a chimney.
Fascinating. Sits backwards in the trunk.
No.
Like an old Volvo.
Take shotgun, lady human fingers.
You have firearms?
No, it's a nickname for the front passenger seat. I don't know the reason why.
Yeah, it's all yours. I'm good back here. I'll stretch out.
I will take it when we reach the destination. For now, I will sit in it.
All right. And I drive off to our unnamed destination, stopping at every gas station along the way.
As is absolutely necessary. Yeah, you can drive on back, and as you are leaving, you will see Mackenzie by the side of the road, and she's just like, hello, there's no taxis in LA, or there might be, but they all seem to be full. Can anyone, like, give me a lift?
I'm gonna slow down as we approach. Should we take her on the road trip or leave her behind?
Oh my god, road trip!
No, the windows are up. This is
Well-
an in-car conversation.
You know, there is an app for that.
Well, but alternatively, this California is known for having very good money. Perhaps she could be an asset of ours in the gas race. That was a wink.
I figured it might be.
Splitting costs seems reasonable. But would she fit with this group of friends I now have?
If you look out the window, she's still talking.
That seems like a no to me, partner. But, you know, your car, your rules.
I
He's
think I'm
like
with you,
looking for an
Johnny.
audiobook.
Perhaps I could make a small thing to shock her every time she attempts to speak over the audiobook.
I think she might be better off just walking in that case.
We could strap her to the top of the car,
Now there's
just
an idea.
until we get to safety.
I'll instruct her to Uber.
Well, she did ask for a lift, so.
I scroll down the window.
And we were like totally got really drunk, but we didn't like drink and drive. It was like totally, we were totally cool. But it was like the best road trip ever.
Mackenzie,
Oh, yes?
you have a phone, correct?
Well, kind of. I sort of like left it in the dressing room.
That seems like a mistake. You should try and find a way to call a Lyft or Uber.
So he goes, yeah, I'm already tired from what I could hear of that conversation.
And she just looks forlorn as you leave. But you're the winners.
Because we survived.
You win the lava race as somewhere Lutze burns to death.
Oh my gosh! No. I never wanted
What would
this.
have taken him?
Yeah, you seem chill.
Yeah.
Well, I think that'll bring us to the end of the one-shot. How's everyone doing?
I learned some things, which is always nice for both me and Johnny.
How did we find the
That was
cipher
fun.
system?
It's funky, but I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we do
yeah.
a lot more rolling in these games than normal cipher system session. Because we racing requires a lot of maneuvering and stuff, you can just fill this game with checks. So it's really good for a nice steep learning curve, you know?
Yeah, it really was in on the deep end there, but I made it through.
You were great.
I had fun exploding and then realizing I think I had entered my stats wrong and fixing it and doing much better.
Yeah. Well,
But seriously, that was fun.
awesome. Well, this is the end. Let's go around and say hi to everyone. Let us know who you are online, where we can find you, and all the wonderful things that you do. Let's start this time with Emma at Zabrija.
Alrighty. I'm Emma. I am at Zabrija with 2 A's on Twitter. And I also actually do a behind-the-scenes podcast for the You Meet in a Tavern actual play D&D podcast. I forgot to mention that earlier. I'll remember that now.
My first interaction with You Meet in a Tavern podcast was ages ago when Encounter Roleplay were doing a charity stream, and I accidentally entitled the DM game that I ran You Meet in a Tavern. Yeah, there was a whole like, hey, free advertising thing. It was a joke. It was great. Thank you, Emma. It was great. Next around, we have Sage Ophelia. Holly.
Oh, hi. My human name is Holly. You can find me at sageophelia.com. On Twitter, not .com. I'm not that famous yet. I'm here every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and every so often I pick up a game that's not a Tuesday or Thursday normal game. That's about all I do. Had a blast. This is my first time playing Cypher, so trying to expand my game library a little bit.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely do that here. And I was very nearly stuck in SoCal. Yeah.
Like, oh my god, imagine if Lady Human Fingers had
Tiffany must die. Tiffany must die.
She's dead. We killed her.
Tiffany must die. Okay.
Definitely Mackenzie.
Then there was a character in Holly DMs on Thursdays, and there was a character called Tiffany who had a SoCal accent, and we killed her.
Even better.
As is right. Sorry, Mackenzie. Next around, Mage Hand Press.
Oh, hi, I'm Justin, and yeah, community manager of Mage Hand Press. We make stuff for 5e, Scrap plays it. Had a blast playing. It was a struggle to constantly talk so slowly, but I hope it was fun for everyone else. But yeah, so that's me. Check out our stuff at store.magehandpress.com and use MHP Scrap for 15% off everything.
Yes, indeed. Please do that. I'll spam some links in the chat now, or rather my bot will. Please check those out. There's all of our social links, places you can find us online, and all that other good stuff. We look forward to seeing you on all the social medias and all the good places. Please also check out our sponsors, Mage Hand Press and Bird in the Storm Publishing, whom we are very grateful to, for they make this all possible. Today, we are going to go on a raid. We're going to go and raid Ascension Stories. It'll be a ton of fun. I look forward to seeing you all in chat. I'm sure we have a quote. I'm sure someone will help us out with that. There's got to be some quotes from this, at least. I'm sure I remember one going in. My bits are gay and I love it. There we go. My bits are gay and I love it. That'll be the quote today, please. As we head over and raid Ascension Stories. Not raid. There we go. Okay, catch you later, everyone. Until next time, keep on evoking emotions. We'll be back at 2 p.m. with some Warhammer 5e, where I may or may not have become a heretic. And we'll be back at the same time next week for more cartoon karting. And who knows what I'll come up with next week. I don't. I only know this one about 3 or 4 hours ago. Catch you later, everyone. Bye!
Bye.